Good afternoon. We want to welcome you to our Presidential Lecture Series 2003 to 2004. We're extremely happy to have you. The Presidential Lecture Series is part of what we do to help you visualize the possibilities of the future. It's our effort to give you a look into the window of opportunities and the window of possibilities. We have a great series planned for you, one which continues our tradition of exposing you to the best exemplary minds among us, one in which the variety of lecturers does not diminish the intent, but enriches the vision. We've tapped into the world of business, commerce, art, public service, in an effort to expose you to a kaleidoscope of opportunity. We want you to feel that your possibilities are limitless. You are to impose no boundaries on your dreams. So in our choices for the year, we will present you with lecturers from various backgrounds in different fields of endeavor who persevered and attained success. The Presidential Lecture Series begins today and ends on May 10th. Today we begin with our President, Dr. Edison O. Jackson, of whom you will hear more later. Let me give you an idea what we have for you. In our 12 noon hour in November, we have the Honorable Matt Morial, a President of the National Urban League. Mr. Morial continues a familiar legacy of addressing economic issues and advocating for racial inclusion. Mr. Morial was also served 2 terms as the mayor of New Orleans. And at 6 p.m. in November, we have Mr. Bernard Beal, the CEO of Beal and Company, a top investment banking firm on Wall Street. And in the shortened month of December, we allow you to contemplate what you've heard and to study for your exams. However, the lecture series begins again in February 25th. We begin in-house with our own Dr. Delrich Hunter, who through his creative blending of history, the arts, music, and literature, inspires his students to think outside the box and to employ fresh perspectives. At Medgar, we do not practice gender discrimination. So therefore, in March, Ms. Gwendolyn Boyd, president of the Delta Sigma Theater sorority, who has inspired many young women to strive for and achieve positions of leadership, will address you. In April, we bring you 2 speakers. Mr. Dwayne Ashley, president of the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund, Incorporated, will be our guest at 12 noon. Mr. Noel Hankins, VP of Somerset and Shiflin, a multicultural marketing company, will be our 6 p.m. guest. On May 10th, our final guest is to be the renowned playwright Zaki Shange, who won acclaim on Broadway for her play For Colored Girls. So you see, we have planned a full, exciting, and substantive year for you. We ask that you take advantage. We ask that you listen, take note, ask questions. Welcome. Now, to start us off, the Reverend Leroy Ladson will lead us in a moment of reflection.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to stand before you at this lecture series for just a moment of reflection. I want to share with you this afternoon a poem entitled, You Are Worthy. Do not undermine your worth by comparing yourself to others. It's because we are different that each of us is special. Do not set your goals by what other people deem important. Only you know what is best for you. Do not take for granted the things that's closest to your heart. Cling to them as you would your life, for without them, life is meaningless. Do not let your life slip through your fingers. by living in the past, talking about how good things used to be, nor by living in the future, talking about what things will be. By living your life one day at a time, you will be all that life has for you. Do not give up when you still have something to give. Nothing is really over until the moment you stop trying. It's a fragile thread that binds us together. Do not be afraid to encounter risks. It is by taking chances that we learn how to be brave. Do not shut love out of your life by saying that it's impossible to find. The quickest way to receive love is to give love. The fastest way to lose love is to hold on to it too tightly. Do not dismiss your dreams. To be without dreams is to be without hope. To be without hope is to be without purpose. Do not run through life so fast that you forget not only where you've been, but also where you're going. Life is not a race, but it's a journey to be savored. So when obstacles come in your way, as they very often will, remember that the race is not given to the swift, but to those that endure to the end. When troubles come, remember that you are worthy, so press on. When tests come, remember that you are worthy, so press on, press on. Whatever the difficulty is in your life, you are worthy. Press on, press on, press on.
We will now have a musical rendition by our own Imani Singers.
Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, the troubles of the world. Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God. Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, the troubles of the world. Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God. I want to meet my mother. I want to meet my mother. I want to meet my mother.
I'm going to live with God.
Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, the troubles of the world. Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world,
Going home to live with God.
no more weeping and a wailing, no more weeping and a wailing, no more weeping and a wailing,
I'm going to live with God.
no more weeping and a wailing, no more weeping and a wailing,
No more.
no more weeping and a wailing, it's no more weeping, no more wailing, no more wailing. Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, the troubles of the world, the troubles of the world. Soon I will be.
sanctuary of learning, minds and space merge in a tranquil setting. Glass, air, light, and space for intellects to grow, that blossom seeds of knowledge, unfolding in a contemplative world of books, reading, and information, sturdy, steady, and strong, creating success, one student at a time. Medgar Evers College. Come and learn.
I think you should wear a tie.
Dad, nobody wears ties to school.
Tie says you're serious. It'll make a good impression. And remember, you're there
To
to...
make something of myself.
Almost half of all UNCF students are the first in their family to go to college.
And I'd make sure that I got my lunch.
Dad, you're not going. I am.
I know.
And when you're the first to go, you're going for a lot of people. The United Negro College Fund, a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
What is a hero? Are heroes born, or are they made? In after-school programs, your kids will uncover hidden strengths, discover they have the power to change their future, and find the hero inside themselves. Let us know you on after-school programs in your area. Call 1-800-USA-LEARN. After-school programs, helping kids find the hero within.
And now Professor Hakeem Lucas will introduce the president.
Good afternoon, dear brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. I have 45 seconds, they told me, to do the hardest task in the world, and that is to introduce one of the greatest men that I have ever come in contact with. I am excited, and God has blessed us all to make it to this day. And I want to extend to you that enthusiasm, for I know there's something good that he will speak to us today. But I want to begin with some truths. Is that all right? I like the classroom, and the classroom must always be a place of truth. And I believe these answers to these truths must come to us through questions. So will you answer my question? Come, dear brothers and sisters, will you answer my question? Have you ever seen a good man? Have you ever heard a good man? Come on, be honest. It's true. It's okay. This is a safe environment. At least that's what they tell us. Have you ever seen a good man? Are you looking for good men? Yes. Come, be honest here. Yes. Have you ever heard the words of a good man? Oh, yes, no, yes. What are the qualities of a good man? A good heart? A good job? Come talk to me. Honesty. They're loyal, yes? They're responsible, they're faithful. Yes? They're caring, you can count on them. Yes? Well, these are traits of the man that we will hear today. Dr. Jackson, as you know, is your president. He is our father in a certain sense. He is the one who has been given charge to watch over us and to ensure that we all learn and teach in an environment that is safe and is conducive to what we have set as our goals and our standards. Our motto at Medgar Evers College is to... Come talk to me. Our motto at Medgar Evers College is to create success one student at a time. Dr. Jackson is the man who is the guardian over this motto. It is his desire, as I work with him and I hear him often, to ensure that each of us are created beings. I want you to hear the words of Machiavelli. I think it's a great response and an answer to the words of the Reverend as he spoke them to us earlier. Machiavelli writes, men nearly always follow the tracks made by others and proceed in their affairs by imitation. Even though they cannot entirely keep to the tracks of others or emulate the prowess of their models, so a prudent man should always follow in the footsteps of great men and imitate those who have been outstanding. If his own prowess fails to compare with theirs, at least it has an air of greatness about it. He should behave like those archers who, if they are skillful, when the target seems too distant, know the capabilities of their bow and aim a good deal higher than their object. Not in order to shoot so high, but so that by aiming high, they can reach their target. In short, good men are measurements by which we can aim for a target. Good men are those who through their vision can lead us to higher heights and to deeper depths. Good men are those who you can count on their words, their yeas are yea and their nays are nay. Good men are those who respect you for who you are. And good men are those who have fashioned an ability to create, come say this with me, success one student at a time. Furthermore, great men do more than just create success, but great men allow the ability for persons to become successful. This is what a great man is. Great men, they say, are known by their ability to write. To write is a redundant act, and so therefore you must always first live in the moment of life. To read what is written is a redundant act only because it is a reflection of the acts of various individuals. Great men write on the hearts and the lives of individuals. It is an honor to introduce to you a great man who has facilitated the ability for us all to be proofs of his greatness. We are Dr. Jackson's books. I am, I hope, at least the third chapter in one of his books, and you can read it by observing me. Please stand on your feet. Please stand. I know it hurts. Come on, please stand. Come, put your hands together as we honor a great man. I present to you your president, our father, the Dr. Edison O. Jackson.
Thank you very much. Professor Hakeem Lucas, to Professor Hippolyte, to my colleagues on the platform, to the marvelous Imani Singers, to you, the freshman class at this marvelous institution called Medgar Evers College. It is indeed my honor and privilege to stand before you this afternoon to say to all of you that you have made a tremendous and magnificent choice to pursue higher education. You see, education has the capacity to transform. And each one of you has come on this journey to be transformed. Education is the fastest elevator to the good life. It is the key that opens the door to opportunity. One writer defines success as where preparation meets opportunity. And the only thing that we may have some degree of control over is preparation. So that's why you are here today, so that you can be prepared to meet the opportunities that will come your way. Now, you have chosen Medgar, and I think you have chosen wisely to come to this great institution. For we create success one student at a time. And when we create success, one student at a time, and we then aggregate all of you, then becomes a successful institution, because one by one, you have become successful. Do understand that you are on a journey. And the subject of my brief discussion here this afternoon is, do not let your past control your future. Do not let your past control your future. Do you know that many people operate in this world allowing their past to continue to be in front of them and to control how they think, how they act, how they behave, and how they relate to one another? What baggage are you carrying this afternoon? What excess baggage are you carrying this afternoon? What old stale relationships that you should have discarded, but you're still carrying in your psyche? Think about it for a moment. What relationships? What experiences? Some of you have gone to high schools that were not the best. But one of the things that you have decided, it seems to me, is no matter what your prior education experience has been, you are now moving towards the future. So you need to understand that yesterday is a canceled check. Tomorrow is what? A promissory note. And only thing that you have right now is what? The present. Yes, you can plan for the future, and you should. But see, tomorrow becomes what? Today. Always, tomorrow becomes today. We need to understand that choices that we make influence our destiny. I didn't say control our destiny, but influence our destiny. Our character influence our choices. Let me make it plain to you. If you are an unloving person, if you are antagonistic, if in fact you are about negative behavior, your choices will reflect who you are. You got to understand that. Words spoken become our reality. Words give life, my fellow students. Words give life. We need to understand that how we speak and what we speak can become and shall become our reality. If you are spiritual, you understand when Jesus spoke that if you speak to the mountains, they can be removed. You see, words speak to our reality. If you believe that you are a failure, you're going to become a failure. If you believe that you are nobody, you're going to act like you are a nobody. You see, that's part of the excess baggage that we take with us along this journey. And see, when you are carrying the excess baggage along the way, let's say you got 2 suitcases, that's excess baggage. Now there's some gifts coming down the road, but you cannot take the gifts because your hands are full with the what? Excess baggage. And when you are loaded with excess baggage in your life, you cannot receive the blessings that are to come. You cannot receive the love that someone might want to share with you because you are carrying the old hates, the broken hearts, and not releasing them. You cannot succeed here at Medgar Evers in a real true sense of the word if you allow your past to control your future. Do understand that there is something called the law of harvest. The law of harvest says, what you sow, you shall reap. I don't care if you believe in God or not. Universal laws are still in force. If you sow seeds of dissension and unloving behavior, it will come back to you. And if you escape it, it may be your children. Let's take it down to the agriculture. A farmer who plants corn in the spring does not in September expect to reap wheat because it's impossible. You cannot succeed here at Medgar Evers College as a marvelous student if you do not invest in studying, coming to class, being a participant in the academic enterprise. And that's investment. You cannot succeed, my friends, if you practice unloving behavior, if you allow your past to control your future. You may say to me, Mr. President, what are you talking about? I'm okay. Ladies and gentlemen, as secure as I am, and as successful as I am, I still have to deal with making sure that my past does not control my future. What is it in your past that you are still carrying forward? What is it? Some of us, let me give you an example. There are some of us who allow our past relationships with our husbands and our boyfriends, and God forbid if in fact there's a child in there, and if he's a male child and he looks like that father. And when we say to that child, you're acting just like your daddy, your no good daddy, what is the picture before that child? A no good daddy. If you keep telling that child, male or female, that you are no good, they will become what? No good. Words what? Spoken become reality. You got to understand that. So what we're going to do today, as of today, we're going to stop speaking negativity. And we're going to speak positive thoughts. Affirmation that I am somebody, I am going somewhere, and I'm on a good journey. Now, some of you looking at me saying, are you crazy, man? Are you crazy? I'm telling you. I am telling you that it is by universal law and by the scriptures, whichever way you want to take it. that you cannot escape words spoken. And some of us need to tame our tongue. Have you walked down the hall, the corridors here, and heard some things that shocked you? And words coming out that were not so loving or caring? Ladies, understand that you are wonderful human beings. You are God's magnificent creation. And I would say to you, you should never allow any man to put you down. You need to understand that if you don't stand for who you are, then you will become a doormat for someone else. Because the nature of some of us that we want to step on you so that perhaps I can feel better or I can go higher. Any man who cannot respect you for who you are, he's not worth your time, energy, or effort. And we need to understand that, and we need to set a new agenda while you are here at Medgar Evers College. And I'm not talking about being nasty, hostile, and unloving, but I'm talking about stand for who you are. You are somebody, and I'm saying to the men here in this audience, that we're holding you to a higher standard. We're holding you to a higher standard at Medgar Evers College. We want you to be the great warriors, the great leaders, the great fathers, and the husbands of a new generation. Because we are talking about creating a new paradigm of togetherness for our community. If you don't do it, who will? Who will? And the world is crying out for great leaders, great people of great intellect. And you have it. You would not be here if you did not think that you have the capacity to learn. Understand that we are going to face some challenges in life, even when you attempt to make the right choices. I would tell you that I'm spirit-filled and child of the King, so I'm not ashamed of that. So you need to know that about Edison O. Jackson. And Edison Jackson did not get where he is today on his own strength. One, I stand on the sturdy shoulders of my foreparents. Those who gave their lives so I could have a right to vote and a place to be a president. You see, Medgar Evers College was not just created out of the goodness of the power structure in this country. There were people who fought hard, and some even went to jail and gave their lives so you could be sitting here in this place. I don't care what shore you have come from. Were it not for the people who gave their lives, and many from the shores on which you have come from, so that we could have a place called Medgar Evers College of the City University of New York. Don't forget the bridge that brought you over. And the second piece is, and most important one for me, is that where I am today is because of God's grace and mercy. Now I'll share with you something about dreams and affirmation. In a few weeks, we will be beginning construction on our student affairs building, which will be on the bowling alley site. In a few weeks, I said. In a few weeks. next June or July, we will be starting the construction on our new academic complex for our science, health, and technology right out here. But I'm going to share with you something called dreams and affirmation to tell you that it does work, to show to you that it does work. The Student Affairs building that we are now will begin construction in very short, in a couple of weeks, was not on the drawing board or in the plan for the expansion of Medgar Evers College. And as things would have it, I have in my office, I have a lot of windows. And what I did every morning was to go to the window and to look out at the bowling alley and to affirm that there would be a new building built on that site. Now, let me say to you that there was no plan now, no plan, no resources, but I claimed a reality. And guess what, my students here at Medgar? It's happening. It's happening. It took 3 years to get it done. Money came and I'm not even sure people understood why they were doing it because it was beyond me. What I'm trying to say to you is you can't live this life alone. You need to be connected with someone and somebody. You know, a lot of people who are very rich, they are still seeking happiness because there's nothing inside here. There's nothing inside. That's why you see folks into alcohol and drugs and all kind of crazy stuff. They're seeking happiness because there's nothing inside. And you have to come to understand who you are and what you are about if you are going to succeed. Now, I will tell you that, again, going back to you are going to meet some challenges in life. And people are going to try to knock you down. And people are going to try to get you off of your agenda. Don't let anyone get you off of your agenda, because when they do that, they are able to manipulate you. You see, if you stay on your agenda, they cannot manipulate you. But once you get off your agenda and you allow yourself to get on their agenda, whose tune are you playing to? Absolutely. And there are some fabulous people who are good at getting you off of your agenda. There's some of you probably already have heard folks say to you, why are you going to college? You are too old to go to college. You ought to be out there working and all other kinds of things they may say to you. Or your girlfriend says to you, sweetheart, you don't have time for me anymore. You know, how come we can't party? How come we can't look at the soap operas or whatever? And you may begin to feel guilty. Don't let folks put a guilt trip on you. As you go forward, sometimes you're going to fall. But I tell you, if you fall on your back. If you fall on your back, you can look up. If you can look up, then you can get up. You see, because you fall on your face, what are you looking at? The ground, the floor, or whatever. When you are falling on your back, you are looking at the possibilities of what could be. And if you fall, dust yourself off and get up and go forward. If you make a mistake, so be it. Learn from the mistake and keep moving on. If you fail one test, don't worry, say, I'm no good. I'm going to fail this course. Just say, I blew it this time, but I'm not going to blow it the next time. Just keep going. Keep pushing. Understand that life is a journey. And the joy is the journey, not the destination. Because when you get to one destination, you are going to want to move to another destination. See, as you achieve a level of success, you also are going to be able to see more clearly the possibilities. And you should basically never be satisfied with just the crumbs. Do understand that there are many challenges facing us as a nation, and that we have to be prepared now more so than ever. There are national policies that have been enacted in terms of laws working to undercut the many advances that we have been able to achieve. Do understand that racism is alive and well, even if you don't really feel it. You still have to understand that many of us, people of color, are the last hired and the first fired. Do you understand that even if you achieve a level of success, don't become so much on an ego trip that you forget those who are coming after you. Or don't become gatekeepers at the gate that you're so glad to be inside that you don't want anybody else inside who looks like you, so you become the gatekeeper to keep others out. What you ought to be about the business, what we ought to be about the business in this world, is open the door so others can come in. That's part of my responsibility here at Medgar Evers College as the president, to keep this college as a viable institution of quality so that others can come in after you leave here, so we produce generations and generations of wonderful people. Do understand that choices are important. They influence our destiny. Do understand that our character influences our choices. Do understand that words spoken will become your reality. Do understand that the law of harvest works whether you like it or not. Do understand that what you sow, you shall reap. Do you understand that investment in whatever, there will be a return? Do you understand that no investment, no return? Do you understand that little investment, little return? Do you understand that there is a formula for success? And there is no magic about people being success. So affirm the good. Understand that we ought to be about the business of winning and being successful. I am who I am because of all that has come before me. The people, my experience, my beliefs, and to that end, I'm going to be true to who I am. You are a marvelous group of individuals. And no matter what the challenges may be in your life, understand that you are going to overcome. You are going to succeed in spite of the obstacles or the traps that people may put in your way. Do understand that you are on a journey and there is no turning back. Do understand that you are not going to allow your past to control your future. And you are going to succeed and be successful because Carlyle is right. No lie can live forever. Because William Cullen Bryant is right. Truth crushed to the earth will rise again. Because Jane Russell Lowell is right. Truth forever on the scaffold wrong forever on the throne. Yet that scaffold sways the future, and behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded heal. Do understand that if your mind can conceive it and your heart believe it, then you surely, surely can achieve it. God bless you.
$50 invested in a mutual fund 20 years ago returned $452. $50 in the United Negro College Fund returned an award-winning actor. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital. I feel like a fish with no water.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor. Because even one attack is one too many.
In the sanctuary of learning, minds and space merge in a tranquil setting. Glass, air, light, and space for intellects to grow. That blossom seeds of knowledge, unfolding in a contemplative world of books, reading, and information, sturdy, steady, and strong, creating success one student at a time. Medgar Evers College, come and learn.
We'll now have another selection by the Imani Singers.